Hey 3D printers, Doobby back again with a little bit more 3D printing. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to make another household item. This is a door hanger. I will show how it works when I make my own, but essentially this was a door, this slips over the top so it gives you somewhere to hang your clothes. I only have them on my bedroom door. I'd like to have one in my office so I can hang up my hoodie or sweater or whatever I might have in the winter while I'm working. So I figured, why buy one? Let's do our best to just create one if we can. Pretty simple idea. We're just gonna take it. We're gonna get we got some parchment here. We're gonna get some rough measurements measured out on it. I'm just gonna rough it out on the parchment essentially. And then we got our black filament, or black. I don't know how black that is. We got our gray filament, our 3D printing pen, and we're gonna try to get this done DIY style at home. If you enjoy this walkthrough and test out of my 3D printing abilities, please like and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below what you'd like to see me try to create, as in household item, art, whatever you might want to see with a 3D printing pen. And have a good day, everybody. Let's get into it. Okay, we got our parchment paper, we got our little thing. Let's just get I'm just gonna get some rough measurements measured out here, I think. Just so that we have a rough idea of what we're working with. This side I can actually just sketch out real quick. Not a problem. Get the hat turned around, boom. So that's our end piece. I can get our top piece. So end top, all right, top, boom. And this is just rough idea for how big the door is as well. So we got our middle piece, we got our top piece. Let's get this guy in here. So I'm just gonna rough out the corners here, bam, bam. Rough out the back line. I'll flip it over. Or flip it to its side. I don't know what I'm doing. And we will rough out roughly how long it is. Should have went the other way, but that's fine. All right. So that's roughly going to be our top. And then we need the hook over the nose, which we can fit right over here. I'm actually gonna print that one a little bit different, I think, because I'm not gonna be able to fit that arc. So that's what I was thinking about right here too, is like, I don't really want the arc, right? Because I'm not gonna be able to do that very well. So I'm thinking instead of the arc, I just do a line, right? So no arc, because I'm not gonna be able to do the arc very well. So instead, we're just going to do a line. I need something straight. I need something straight to print with too, which I'll find in a second, but we'll fill those lines out. So there's all of our 4 pieces, essentially, right? Oh, we didn't do this piece though. I mean, it's kind of a weird shape too, but we'll kind of rough it out because we do need to know. Oh, that's only the hanger though. So that's just where clothes are going to hang. So we don't really need to know the size of that overly much, but we'll get it on there anyways. So all right, there we go. On to the next step. I need to get a thing that's flat, and then we're going to start printing this out. Let's get it done. All right. Okay, here we go. We got our gray lined up in the pen. I'm going to do my best. I think we're going to weld them together. I do want, something I've thought about is I want the flattest face to be the inside because it needs to fit on the door really well. So I want the flattest face to be the inside of the door. So that's something I'm thinking about. And we're going to get this underway with this first one. Here we go. I'm just going to freehand them because that's how I do. It's a pen. It's supposed to be artistic. And artistic means I'm going to freehand this mother. Bam. All right, that's one. So that is this piece right here. Bam, that's that piece right there. So this piece is this piece. So next piece is that, and then I'm gonna do the long one, I think. So next up is this guy right here. So these two are gonna get welded together. Woo, we're just gonna freehand them all. I'm gonna fully fill these guys on the plate so that they're flat. That's what I meant, was like I want the door facing side to be as flat as possible so that it hugs the door correctly. So there we go. All right, now we just have to fill those bad boys in pretty much, which we can decide to do however we want. Which I'm gonna do on an angle, I think, like this. And then if they're not quite strong enough, we can always add reinforcement. So we can always add strips of reinforcement if we need more like core strength. So that's not a worry. We kind of just want to get it filled in. This is almost a white color instead of a gray, but I'm feeling it. So we got a lot of fill. I'm going fast. I got the pen going fast. We're flooding out of there. Oh, we screwed up a little bit there. Let's go back over that real quick. Don't want to leave any like glaringly weak spots. If there's some here and there, it's all right. We can always fix it, but do our best to keep it tidy and neat. And then we will weld these two pieces together, and that's going to be the starting of our frame. We're missing a little bit there. I just caught it, so we'll go up and catch it. That's the beauty of these pens. You really have the freedom to just do whatever you want. I absolutely love that about them. I mean, you miss a spot, you just go back. It's kind of like, I mean, it is literally welding with plastic, and that's one of the things I always loved about metal shop was metal is so much more forgiving than something like wood, where if you drill a hole and it's wrong, it's very hard to fix that now. With metal, if you drill a hole and it's wrong, you just weld a plug back in it, just sand it down, and you're good as new. This is very similar. Like, if you do something you don't like, you can just go back, fix it, change it, redo it, reprint it, whatever you want to do. All right, there we go. We got one piece done. All right, there's our first fill. Let's get straight on into round 2 right here. Not waste any time. Although I will tell you, those fingertips are getting a bit nummy. It's harder to do all filling. It's more just like needless hand moving. That's the problem with the fill part. Oh no, I hit the edge there. Whoopsies. Okay, let's turn that off for just 1 sec. Let me just stretch my fingers out real quick. I got the numbing in a couple of the tips. All right. Okay. We got the stretch out going. Let's get back underway here. The nice thing when you're filling is you can really work at any angle. I mean, I'm not sure about how to do the rigidity the best. I mean, I have an idea of the like switching ways is going to add a lot more strength and adding layers and so on and so forth. But like, as far as like rigidity like this, I feel like arcs and stuff like that are going to give you the most core strength into it, but it's hard to say. We are just dumping filament here as quickly as we can. We're just getting it down on the glass. I mean, I did a pretty good outline, I think. I'm pretty happy with the outlines, I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna front out here. Oh, the filament pulled in all weird there. All right. Sorry, I got focus for a sec. We're on the highest setting we can, so we're just dumping, baby. All right, we are finished that one. Should we do all the pieces? Should we do all the pieces and then come back? Probably for the best. All right, let's just get straight into this guy here. Let's just get straight on into this top guy. We gotta move it down a little bit. We're gonna just fit it in right there. We're not even gonna take those guys off the plate. We're just gonna fit them in right there. Bish bash bosh, right? Creative outline. Oh, this one's even easier. Or this one's even bigger, though. I'm going to have to speed up the fill on this one. You guys are going to get the turbo phased fill. All right, well, that was a weird line how I did it backwards, but it actually worked. Okay, here we go. You guys are going to get this high speed. Are you guys ready? Here we go, as fast as we can fill it. And let me stretch my fingers. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's get it going. And we are back. Boom, just finishing the last corner. You guys would have seen that a whole lot faster than it was in real life, but boom, there we are. The whole back piece is completed. All right, so now we have this piece, and this piece. All we need is the top piece and the hook. And that's for where the clothes hang on. So these pieces are a little bit less important as far as size and stuff go, because they don't have to fit anywhere. They're not a must fit anything. So we're gonna just kind of whip these off. I'm gonna chat with you guys while I get this outlined at least, and then we'll speed it up again. But we got that dumped. It took me a lot longer than I thought it would to dump that much into that big of an area, but we got it done. We got it done on max fill. All right, there's that. Okay, and then we're gonna just whack this one off too, right there, bam, and that's gonna be our hook. That's this piece on the front here, so we're gonna get this outlined as well. Up we go. We don't have to make it a little curve, but you know what? We're gonna make it a little curve just because that's how the real one is made, so let's stay as true as we can. All right, there we go. Both those pieces are outlined. I'm gonna speed fill these two. I'm gonna speed fill these two for you guys. And then we're gonna be right back and we're gonna weld it all together and see if we made it right. You guys will see this real quick. We got them all done. There's all of them completed. We got them printed out. Every piece is done. We'll go through them real quick. We got this piece right there. We got printer stuff everywhere. We got this piece, boom. This piece, boom, right there. This piece right there. That piece right there. This long piece right here. This piece is that piece, and this piece is this piece right here. So we got them all done. Now we're going to weld them all together. Let's see how we do with that. All right, we'll be into that as soon as I get these off the plate. Oh, that one was easy. Oh, those ones were easy. Easy. Boom. All right, all the pieces. There we go. We might need to add some strengthener, but we'll worry about that later. Let's get these put together. Okay, we got all the pieces up. Get all these little strings off of them real quickly so that we can work with them nice and easy. We will pull all these off. All right. Okay, so now we have to weld these together properly. So okay, those are the hook pieces. This piece is the top piece right here. So these pieces have to go together, and then this piece goes over the door. Boom, just like that. We can adjust that angle a little bit if we need to. So we gotta weld this piece on there, and then we gotta weld this piece down there, and that's gonna give us our top hook up here. Their hook is a bit slanted inwards, but we can adjust that angle after we're printed. So let me think about how we're gonna tack these guys together. I think I'm just gonna go with the old hold and tack method. Let's flip this around. I think we're gonna just go with the old hold and tack method. So we're just gonna hold our joint together, just like we're welding, except, you know, you would never weld with your bare raw fingers behind the piece of metal you're welding together, but in this case, we're gonna do that. All right, there we go. There we go. That was easy, actually. So we'll fully weld this on there now. Now that we've got the joint pretty much set. Make sure it's nice and strong. We'll let that dry for a second, because while it's got heat in it, it will mold and bend to whatever angle that you're holding it in. So that seemed a bit thin there. All right, there we go. So now we got that welded together. We'll let that seam dry a little bit. We put a little bit of reinforcement on there. Now we will put this one together. We got to hold this guy up here now. So maybe best if we hold this on a weird angle upside down. And then we just do this exact same idea. We're going to line up the seam, and we're just going to get a little spot weld on there. Just like that. Bam, line up the seam, nice spot weld. A spot weld, I mean, we did a pretty long spot weld there, but generally a spot weld is just to tack it together. We can even bring this guy in here and compare. Put that down, we'll get the same shape. Boom, look at that. Look at that, beautiful. Beautiful, there we go. We got the same shape. So ours comes in just a hair as well. Let's just get a little bit of reinforcement in on that guy now that that joint is set. Because that is going to be a joint that bears a load, so we want that to have at least have a nice seal on it. So we're going to get that nice and sealed up. Boom, nice little weld. Both of the sides. We hit both sides, welded together, bam. We'll make sure our angle is still correct because we just heated it up. We'll get our other guy in here. Bam, angle's beautiful. We'll let that cool as I drop it and mess it up. No, we're good to go. We are good to go. All right, that's beautiful. So there's that angle done. Now, these two pieces, we didn't curve this guy. I mean, we can still curve it if we want to. We can heat it up in the middle and just give it a bit of curve. Not that it really needs it, but I guess we could always do that. I don't know if that'll make it weaker. I guess it won't. All right, let's do that a little bit. So we can even use our 3D pen and kind of just use the side of it right here, and we can heat this entire pad up on the side here. Pretty much. So we're just heating up this section that we printed. So there we'll get a little bit of curve to it, just so our pen doesn't think it's turning off. So we can get some curve in that bad boy. There we go. There we go. Just like the original. Just like the original. We're trying to be true to form. So as long as we curve it and then the plastic cools off as a curve, it will hold that curve, right? So There we go. We got a little bit of a curve going for that bad boy there. All right, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, that might need a little reinforcing in the future, that piece, but we will see. Okay, let's get these guys welded together here. We could curve the end of this piece as well, just a little bit. If I can get that hot enough all the way across there. Another way to heat it up is to actually put a big thick line of print on the piece, and you can actually heat the section up doing that too. But I don't really want a big line on the outside, so we're just gonna do it this way. There's tools you can get to do this as well. I obviously don't have one of them, or I would just use that. But that's all right. We're not trying to get it perfect. We're just trying to make a replica that works. We're after a little bit of looks, you know, do your best. I forget, there's a saying for that. Do your best to make it beautiful. I think it's a Japanese saying, but don't worry about it in the end or something like that. This might have meant to be this way, but that's all right. We're going in this way. So if we weld that on there, and then that goes on there, and we can add a little bit more curve to it. Oh no, it goes this way. That's right, it goes this way. Okay, we need this guy to curve a little bit more. As you can see, we need a little bit more, here, we're gonna add one line right here. Bam. There we go. See how easy that curved now? So those two go together. And then that goes on the front like that. All right, we need a little more. We need curve on this guy right here. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do a line right across here, and we're gonna get a nice curve on this guy as well. A little cheaty way to get bend in it if you need to set a bend. All right, there we go. There we go. That's what we're looking for. So that way the clothes hangers have a little pocket. So that's a little trick for you guys. A little way to do a bend is just put a line on the back. I did talk about it. I tried it the other way. It didn't work. We went that way instead. So that's a quick and simple, easy way to do that. Let's get these guys welded together first. We're gonna go on the outside with this little member, and we're just gonna get them welded together. Get it in a position I like. I'm actually letting the plastic pump underneath the joint as well, so that we get as much of a solid connection on this as we can, because this is going to be a weight-bearing weld. So I was kind of turning it up and letting it melt in underneath as well, just to try to get the best connection we possibly can. And we'll make sure that angle's right. Yep, we like that. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, that's nice and smooth in there. I kind of don't want to print in there. I will, however, tie this together right here. I did the edges. And then I'm just going to melt a hole right through the top with my pen. And I'm going to print my way back out of the hole. And that's just to tie these layers together. Oops, I was holding the button there and I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working. All right, there we go. That's just to hold these layers together, because those are going to be they're going to be weight-bearing layers. So Want to make sure that weld is good and strong as it can be. I'm tempted to put one in there, but I think we're all right. So now we will do our last weld, which is this guy. And then we can try it out. All right, let's get this guy on the back here. So we're gonna weld this up right there on that joint. And then we're good to try it out as a wall hanger, as a clothes hanger, a door clothes hanger. All right, one corner done. We're gonna try to do the little pinch grab, do a rotate, bam, get this corner done. I can actually see it smushing underneath the layers and bringing them together. So that's exactly what we wanted with that weld. I'm gonna do the same right here. I'm just gonna go really slow right against the crease. So hopefully not only are we bringing them together on the surface, we're also putting 3D print underneath and actually binding those layers together. I'm gonna do that same, make a hole. Oh, we're getting hot. We got a little bit of wiggle there, as you can see, but it's all good. We held it in place. So I'm gonna do that same melt a hole together thing, just to try to add a little bit more rigidity to this joint. There we go. Look at that, even came through the other side. God damn. Well, that was cool. So that hole actually pumped it right through the other side. So that's now tied onto the other side. All right, let's see if we can't do that one more time here. Yeah, there we go. Bam. So that actually pumped it all the way through the other side. So those layers are bound together. All right, cool. Let's try to get one of those done up here too. Beautiful. All right, I can see the push through right there. All right, beautiful. Okay, I think we're good to go. That should be strong enough, I think. We might need to add, maybe we add, although, yeah, we might need to add some right in here because we're gonna have a little bit of, you can see the tug. So we're gonna add a little bit of stability bars right here. Right on the front face. I'm gonna add a couple on this guy as well. Just do a big X. All right, we ran out of filament again. Are we gonna need, we might need an X up there. All right, let's do an X on the top, and I think we're gonna test it out. I mean, if it breaks, we can always put it back together, so it's no big deal. All right, we got our gray filament. Let's get it loaded up into the pen here. We already were fully loaded. We just needed a little bit more to push it out, so. Okay. Alrighty, there we go. So we got the reinforcement X on the top. We got the reinforcement X on the face there. Are we gonna need any on this guy? Maybe actually. Let's get a little reinforcement on this front guy here too. I'm actually gonna do like a W pattern here because I want it to go the opposite way of the grain. To add rigidity to it, so I'm going to do the same on this face.
So that's to add a little bit of strength and rigidity. Where else are we going to get flex? Maybe on this surface here we might get some flex. So let's get a little bit of rigidity going right here as well. Same idea. We're going to go opposite to the grain, and we're going to just try to strengthen that section up so that it's not a weak spot. All right, I think we got all of our reinforcement done. Is that going to hold weight? Flipped it upside down. So just a little bit more to this corner here. Just a little bit more waffling on the front of this guy. I want it to just be sturdy, so I'm just trying to make sure we're sturdy and good. All right, I think that's it. Let's test her out. Let's test her out. I think we're good to go. So we've now added reinforcements on the top, right there, all down the front, and on the hook. So here's what it looks like compared to the original. Oh, wait. What? Oh, no, it goes this way. Wow, I was confused there. No, thought we did it wrong. So ours is a little bit longer because of the way I attached the hook, but I think we're still all right. I think we're still good to go. Let's try it out. I'm going to slide it over the door, and then we're going to see if we can get some clothes on it. All right, let's get her done. All righty, here we are. We got our door. We got our door. We got our hook. Let's see, we got it. Bam. Ooh, that's a nice fit, actually. But will it be able to hold weight? Remains to be seen. All right. Okay, that's a nice fit. All right, we'll bring you guys up close. Look at that. Look at that. It's almost exactly to fit like we wanted, which is super nice. Get it over. Bam. Fits perfectly. Wonderful, wonderful. But will it hold weight? Maybe in there it's not so bad. Let's try it out. All right, let's see what we got to put on it. We might have got a sweater. Here we go. In Canadian fashion, we'll get out the plaid. We'll get out the plaid. Let's see how this goes. All right, here we go. Shirt number 1. We'll get out the plaid. Bam! Look at that. Look at that. Let's get a sweater out too. Does it do the job? It does the job. All right, nice red sweater. All right, guess what brand? Echo. Of course it is. Of course it is. All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm not even taking that one down. Does it do the job? Oh, get back here. Boom. Does it need a little bit of reinforcement to hold 2? Probably could use some. Does it do the job? You're damn right it does the job. Boom. I think that's mission successful. I think that right there, that's mission successful right there. That is mission successful. If you guys enjoyed watching me make a clothes hanger for the back of my door out of my 3D printing pen, hit that like button, smash the comment section, subscribe to the channel, do some things, let me know what you want to see next. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a good rest of your day, and cheers!